Alright, here we go. Game 2, restarted version of. Whoa, this is pretty interesting. The thing that grabbed my attention here is that all the gold is in the same place on the map. This is going to be a lot of fun. Like both players, all their extra golds are like right next to each other, and even their main golds are pointing towards each other. But anyway, this time Yo in the Goku position in the right side of the map, in blue here. Playing as Celts, of course, because he has to keep the same civilization as last time. Meanwhile, Goku's over in this left-hand corner, in red, playing as the Britons. Let's have a look at his map while we're here. You see that his goal is pretty nasty. Like it's on a hill, it's forward. You can't mine it from one direction. I would not like to have that gold. And then the second one, pretty exposed and forward out here. He's got this third one that's pretty easy to take, and I think he can fit a TC there, which would be an epic TC location later on. But yeah, he's got this kind of like nice backwood line, and I think this will last him quite a long time. So I think in terms of economy that he'll be able to build up in the back area of the map, and even doing a wall along here and using all this space and an extra wood line there, maybe even a TC here as well. Like the issue is that like his best places for building up on this map are towards the back and being safe there. But then his gold's out here, so he's got to sort of stretch himself out across this map, across this line of the map, probably. Yeah, and it's not the greatest simply because of the gold locations, I would say. And also, like if Yo wants to forward this, he can probably mine this stone pretty easily when he comes forward and start adding more towers as well. Meanwhile, for Yo, let's have a look at this wood line, and berries are pretty nice. How many deer is that? Is that 7 deer? Oh, hang on. Game froze briefly. Yeah, 7 deer, double deer patch. I wonder if he chooses to mill those or whether he just is crazy and pushes in an absolute ton of them. But yeah, decent wood lines, decent stone, but the issue again is the gold. I mean, he's got the same situation as Goku where he can't mine it from one full 180-degree direction. He can't mine it from this side. And then it's exposed and on a hill, and then his extra gold is just stupid location for it. And I think that's actually his third one. I was looking at the minimap and thinking this is it, but that's a 3-tile gold. Or what we've got here. Yo killing 2 sheep because Goku garrisoning his town centre and firing. I don't think Yo tried to lame that boar. I think it just ran back because Goku put his villager in the town centre, and then like the aggression was lost because the villager hadn't started firing at the boar. But yeah, 2 sheep of Goku going down for, basically all of Yo's scout HP. So if he's Celts and he's going to drush, then his drush will be weakened by the lack of a scout with any decent amount of health to participate. But yeah, look at Yo's golds. Like, he hasn't actually found that third one, otherwise he might be thinking about his restart here. But I guess he will look at it perhaps and think that the map has other advantages, but to me it's not horrendous. But yeah, Celts v Britons. See Goku with 4 on wood for now. I wish I'd looked at that a bit earlier to see if he had those 4 on wood like straight away, but I imagine he would, because I'd imagine he's going to be drushing to defend against the almost inevitable Celt drush. Yo's build with 4 on wood, suggesting that he will be drushing indeed. Drushing, or Dark Age rushing with militia, as Nelson likes to explain to us all, to the new stream viewers. So powerful with the Celts just because they move so quickly, and if you keep those militia alive into the feudal age, man-at-arms is definitely viable with Celts, perhaps more so than with any other civilization, because the movement speed just makes them so much more deadly. It's coming out for Goku. Not for Yo. Oh, I thought that was a mining camp. I thought he was going to start doing stone. Get on stone and do it going forward, or towers or something then. But I guess he's going to do his barracks soon. Is he? Maybe he's going for man-at-arms. Maybe that's why he's delaying his barracks. Barracks now done for Goku. Militia coming out. I'm gonna go and hunt those deer actually, by the looks of it. I wonder if he's gonna mill over there. I mean, they're quite far from that mill, but you don't necessarily see it. terribly often from players at this sort of level to mill far deer, but I guess this is kind of a safe place to be doing that. Yo's not real likely to actually find that when he comes forward. And a mill here could be used to farm later on, because he's only going to wall this and then he's got safe farming space, and yep, that's what he's going to do. Okay, that barrack's coming down for Yo now, but he hasn't drushed and he's doing looms, so he's going to go up, and my feeling is that we're going to see man-at-arms from him here. Could be completely wrong and he's just going to go like archers or something, but it's highly unlikely when you're Celts. He's probably going to use them to their strengths. Meanwhile, Drush coming out for Goku, crossing the map but being delayed by 2 walls, and they could even have aggroed a third actually. I'm surprised Yo's made absolutely no use of this deer patch. I mean, 7 deer is, what's that, 980 food before it starts to rot. I think it's pretty OP. So the question is, does Goku spot these villagers going forward? And the answer is no. So we're going to see a man-at-arms and tower forward potentially from Yo here. Just as Goku's Drush arrives at his base, he hasn't done any kind of walling of his resources, so it's kind of interesting, like when you're trying to actually pull this forward off, like how well executed will the forward be when you're having to micro against a Drush at home with not too much to defend in terms of villager numbers present around the wood line and stuff, but he's going to be able to at least wall in all those villagers. I'm going to stay on Goku's point of view actually, just because be able to look at how early he spots that from. What? Yeah, he doesn't see the. Yes, the Fog of War thing was bugging out. Then I clicked Fog of War whilst it said Goku here, and I could still see Yo's Fog of War, which wasn't very helpful to me because I didn't see whether he saw that forward, but the fact that he retreated those villages suggests he did. Predictable tower coming up on the gold now. And Yo's actually kept those militia at home to deal with that. Is getting them at arms upgrade, which means that he'll be able to just pulverise this more or less. He's got 4 villages on stone at home and 3 villages still on gold, almost as though he's going to continue to perhaps add some man-at-arms. That's a lot of villagers having gold at this moment in time, because you know he's probably not going to be making archers, certainly for a while yet. But it's not necessarily the best idea anyway, because normally a player will respond to a forward with an archer range of their own and do skirmishes and stuff. So yeah, and he's taken those villagers off gold now and going to go mill deer. I think he probably just left them on there while he was busy defending this, because it seemed an odd choice to still have all those villages on gold. Man-at-arms going to hunt down all those militia. You see how much faster they just charge after them. Second tower coming up for Yo, but Goku's putting down some solid buildings here to stop that pushing any further. And Goku's done the right reaction here as well. He's just walled off everything to stop Yo from just pushing in from any direction up here too. Yo actually took away 2 of his man-at-arms to go and presumably help support his forward, because he didn't need 3 man-at-arms chasing down a couple of nearly dead militia. But Yo's going to try and bust down these walls with his man-at-arms, but it's going to be easy for Goku to repair unless a tower comes up there. But it feels like to me Goku has kind of defended this fairly well. Like, he hasn't even needed to go on stone and do towers. He's got some skirmishes which will enable him to just push back the units from Yo a little bit, even if they can't take up on man-at-arms head on. And he's got proper solid walls all around it, and like, he's not just got some flimsy palisades. He's got 1,000 HP wooden buildings in the form of his houses and archery ranges and stuff. So don't see how Yo's going to get in. In the meantime, like, he's at home, he's been mining lots of stone. He stayed in gold for a bit longer. He didn't really add any farms until just now. He's on those deer, of course, which will help him, but he's only got 4 villages on them, and it'll take a while Whereas Goku's economy has been more untouched, and took all his deer earlier, so I feel like Goku's going to be ahead. He needs to shift that villager and not lose it to the tower. Is he going to do it in time? Don't know. Keep an eye on it at the bottom of the screen. Seems like he saved it, but in the meantime, those man-at-arms for Yo doing their job and keeping Goku's skirmisher army from going to harass, actually. Those Celt men-at-arms are pretty good at just forcing their skirmishers away because they just have to run. They can barely even hit and run because of the speed of the Celt militia. Or Celt men-at-arms. The only issue for Goku is that he has to run past this tower gauntlet to get every single unit he makes out onto the map. They don't want to take too many hits, like the tower's not garrisoned, but it's just a little bit of HP that they potentially lose. These men-at-arms definitely proving their worth at this point, absolutely terrorising this archer army of Goku, and meaning that he's stopped that ball of skirmishers that Goku had from hitting his base for like another 2 more minutes. So it enables him, importantly, to get more of these deer in. Otherwise, I think his economy would be like really far behind in terms of food. See that Goku is in a similar situation though. Although I think his economy's been working more efficiently for more of the game, he's not really got a bank of resources yet. The difference is, of course, that he's got an archer army on the field, whereas Yo has basically nothing. 3 military, which I think might be just an odd. Actually, it could be these units are garrisoned in this this archer range here. But Yo's not going to have access to those deer for any longer, and losing a villager which most likely would have been carrying a decent amount of food, which makes it even more painful to lose. Second villager going down as well. Okay, he got a decent amount of HP on that palisade, but these archers do have fletching, and they're probably going to be able to hit this wood line if they go and stand there. Wheelbarrow coming in for Yo, which Goku hasn't done yet, I don't think. But Yo's sitting on so much gold. He's sitting on 300 gold because he's just mining all of Goku's. But he's not really producing archers either. He's got 1 archery range with some skirmishers. I guess it's always good to deny your opponent that, but floating a bank of gold this early in the game when you're not making any gold units is a sign of inefficiency, you could say. There's 2 more villagers going down for Yo now, actually, and Goku could have potentially just, he can't sit under the tower actually because these skirmishers are coming, but he's done the damage. Like, he can run away now. He's forced 2 more towers out of Yo, killed 4 villagers, some of which were carrying good amounts of food from the deer, and stopped him taking any more deer. So I think that's like mission accomplished with this archer army. He's no sense in losing it to any more skirmishers now, and either look for a safer place to attack or go home. But he is moving in 3 more archers in on this wood line as well on the left, forcing Yo, half of Yo's wood gathering economy, to either garrison or run away. Those archers are probably going to die now, but good bit of damage from them again, because when you're Britons and you're versus Celts and both of you are making archery type units, if you can kind of do stuff that will force your opponent to be delayed to the castle age, and he's not got really nice wall-offs all around, then that can be absolutely pivotal, because when Britons are just so strong at the start of the castle age, you get that crossbow upgrade and you've automatically got +1 range before you even get Bodkin. So you know, if Yo's 2 minutes later to the castle age because of this harassment, and Goku's still got archers on the field that he can upgrade to crossbowmen, it becomes absolutely deadly for Yo. Goku needs to be careful. He doesn't want to lose these units. You see that Yo's focusing on trying to micro down the archers because those are the ones that are most dangerous to him moving forward in the game. But interestingly, Goku also adding a stable, so he might want to be supplementing his army with some knights in the castle age. That's always a great idea, of course, because Yo is just making skirmishes for now. I don't know if he's got some archery units. Yeah, he's actually making a couple of archers now, but really, like, a couple of knights are going to be able to deal with the amount of archers and eventually crossbows that Yo would have. As indeed would Goku's army of crossbows that he's going to have. This is about a dozen archery units ready to be upgraded. And he's going to be looking for an angle of attack here. On the way to the castle age, about a quarter done. Seemed to have missed Horse Collar until now, which is a bit of a shame considering he's seeded so many farms. But let's see for Yo, he's still quite a way of clicking up, and he's still floating that massive bank of gold because he's just mining all this at the front. It's great to deny it from your opponent, of course, especially on a map where the extra golds are so hard to take for both players. And like Goku's going to need to go and take that one later because he's almost run out of this one at the back probably quite soon. See, there's only about 1400 gold there. Yo's just towering everywhere. He pretty much has to defend with towers because he's going to be so late to the castle age against the Britain's player that has more army than he does. And really these towers might be the only thing that keep Yo in the game for a while longer. If he didn't have the stone to drop all these towers, like all these villagers would just be dying right now. But this could be a really nice pick off if Yo can actually pick up a couple of those archers before they get upgraded to crossbows. It's not going to happen though. Goku was alive to that. Really fast reactions. And now that he's in the castle age, he can actually just use that +1 range to even micro against the skirmishes if he wants, because obviously Britons get that free range upgrade straight away. Yo, sensing some danger here, mate. I want to see if he's... Yeah, he can see the stables. 2 stable knights from Goku, actually. And it's difficult to see how Yo's going to be able to deal with this too much. I mean, obviously the knights will be taking a lot of damage under the towers, but with +2 armor could give them some staying power, and then the crossbows are there as well. Looking dicey for Yo, it really is. I wonder if Goku could just park his crossbows here and hit quite a few of these golds and maybe the wood villagers. Once he gets Bodkin. Does he have Bodkin? Yeah, he's got Bodkin done, so +2 attack and 8 range there. Hitting villagers on the gold. He's going to be moving around with this one knight. Probably going to be able to pick up that villager there, I would have thought. But tower defense is kind of working for Yo for now, but he is just behind on the back foot. The issue for him as well, of course, is that with all this pressure being applied at Yo's base, and with that cheap TC bonus, Goku can just boom at home and go up onto extra town centres really easily whilst he's having this disturbed economy at front, and that means that Goku's just going to catapult further into the lead in this game. See that Yo's actually floating 500 food now, which just isn't working for him at all. Like, he's got all that food in the bank and there's just no way for him to make use of it. He doesn't have the extra town centres, he's not producing food-based army units. But what he wasn't doing for a lot of that was mining a lot of wood and mining gold and chopping wood, which is what he needed more of. And we see ballistics as well for Goku coming in. It's going to allow him to pick off units so much easier, kind of going for the kill there. And these knights from Goku are just running riot, they're just forcing idle time everywhere. But nonetheless, they are taking quite a lot of damage. He doesn't have +2 armor yet, which would allow him to raid underneath these towers so much more effectively. Mangonel out for Yo, but a lot of knights on the field, and the crossbows with the extra range, it may not be as useful as Yo would have hoped. I guess Goku may just try and go and intercept this army. Thing is, Yo does have good numbers there, at least the numbers of crossbows are roughly similar, although reinforcements from here could change that. And if Goku does all those forward villagers for Yo finally going down on the gold mine, but if he goes and picks off that army, then that could spell the end for Yo. See that he's falling 14 villages behind now because of those early town centres for the Britain's player. Goku on to 3 at this point, and he went 2 almost instantly. The third one a little bit later, I think. 2 almost instantly, whereas Yo was on 1 for so much longer. The ability of the Britain's player to drop those TCs is great, and we can see this fight now, even though it's uphill. Goku has got the numbers, but importantly, he's got ballistics from this university here, and as Yo tries to flee, so many crossbows going down. That leaves Goku with 23 military units to Yo's 11. So what we're looking at now is a 20 villager lead and double the army for Goku. Absolutely pivotal. And Yo is... he's surely not going to go to the Imperial Age, is he? He's actually sitting on resources to go in. I think if he does that, it'll be a nail in the coffin, because he's just got no army to survive with. But why he's sitting on so many resources, I don't know. Has he got a market? No, he hasn't. Goku, meanwhile, nowhere near it, but he doesn't need to be. I don't know why Yo is floating so many resources at this point. Just going to slow this down. Importantly for Goku, he's actually managed to get a TC on an extra gold here. But Yo positioning nicely, just a few crossbows there too. Let me just look at the host delay. I think I'm kind of running up against it too much, and it's making the game be a bit bumpy. I'm just going to slow it down a little bit. Not quite as pushed up into the host time now as we were. This is still causing problems over here. I wonder if Yo's going to get a nice mangonel shot on all the villagers. I think one going down before Goku gets into TC. 2 mangonels actually. This could be Yo's only route back if he's able to just make a lot of mangonels and lay siege to the base and drive away lots of all the crossbows. I think Goku though is going to look to defend with the castle, even though Yo may also be doing that. We saw him get stone mining a little while ago, which I didn't really remark upon at the time, but it may well be that he looks for the castle here. A defensive castle set in a good spot and try and click up to the Imperial Age may be his option. Alternatively, he could try and do a really forward castle and try and just do a really big play and be game changing. I mean, a castle here denying 2 golds, maybe, but he doesn't have the army presence really on the map to do that, you could argue. 2 mangonels of course, but not enough crossbow numbers. Good mangonel shot for Yo here though, pushing away that number of crossbows, but there's so many more here, and that many crossbows, Britain's crossbows on the hill will destroy this mangonel. If Goku's looking, that shot goes flying over the head of the crossbow and takes out the villager, and now he's free to just destroy that mangonel so easily. Only 1 casualty there, it's pretty good for him. So, is Yo spending his stone yet? Nope, Yo is sitting on 1500 food, 1000 stone, and basically 800 gold. But all of these villagers, yeah, I think he's going to go for that forward castle. He knows he's so far behind, he just needs the big play. I think that's the only thing that he's got in his mind. Yeah, castle the main gold, siege this gold, and this could be the route back for him. This could be the route back for him. This would be remarkable if he pulls it off. I'm be so excited to see if he can actually do it, because the just massive hole that he was in this game. It's going to be so hard, of course, especially if Goku goes up, but Goku's on 400 food. Just going up and pushing with a few mangonels and a treble or 2 from underneath the castle, maybe raiding with some woads, could bring Yo back into the game. And he's actually probably going to push for a second castle out quite soon as well. I'm really surprised that Goku's economy is not in a better shape. Being a Britain's player in a game where he's been largely untouched at home since the forward, I'd kind of expect him to be on a few more villages than this, and just be in a more advanced stage of the game where he's got resources in the bank. I mean, obviously gold, you can't blame him for not having gold in the bank, but 190 food. Oh, that's because he's been spending it all on light cabs. I missed it. Sorry guys, you probably left it sitting in the chat. laughing at me for missing that. But yeah, all these light castles to take out the mangonels is a great move. It means it's going to be able to mine this gold. It's also going to put a castle there to try and defend it, but the issue is, and he may not realise this, because he may not have seen the scores drop. Yo's up, and that castle will not live long with a trebuchet on the hill. Light guys have done their work here, just preventing the siege on that gold for now, and also taking out a couple of monks, but they're going to die to road raiders fairly soon, along with the crossbows being there, obviously. But Goku is about to have a nasty surprise, or he may have figured it out by now, but Yo is going to hit the Imperial Age in just a few seconds. And second castle coming up for Yo as well. I mean, I said this at the start of the map, it's going to be the game. It's going to be so funny with all these golds in the same area. It's going to be a lot of fun. And it's basically turning into a war for control of this little plateau and this crater here, where all the extra gold is. See, Goku's just sold off a whole bunch of wood there actually to try and get gold to go up. But his cavalry going down. Yeah, Goku's using the market tons here to try and get up. There we go, he's clicking up. But 2 castles on the hill overlooking his castle for Yo, and that means that Trebs can come out so quickly. And Yo's also going to be able to, like, if he's got the resources, which probably won't have just yet, he'd be able to like continue producing trebuchets and massing woads or getting elite woad at the same time. Those knights are going to be no longer effective for you. This is classic Yo. Just random TCs and map controls in all corners. Random TCs and castles even, taking map control in all corners of the map. And this castle is looking like a mistake for Goku now. I think he started building it before Yo had reached the Imperial Age, but I just don't see how he's going to keep these castles alive. Gonna go out to try and mine this extra stone. Now we're going to see if Yo... Yeah, okay, Yo sees that stone. What does Goku see of this part of the map? Goku's exploration is actually great, but he doesn't really see any extra golds that he can take, apart from the one that's way over by Yo. In fact, all of the extra gold really is by Yo in that right hand corner of the map. See a little bit of harassment coming in here as well, but the main fight is definitely... Oh my god, this is such a big castle, look at that. And he's even kind of walled it in with his own buildings. I mean, like, Goku could delete an archery range or something, or a house to get out of there, but wow. Such big plays. You know, I was listening to Ra on his stream when I watched it for like half an hour the other day, and he was saying, oh, nobody makes big plays in OC anymore, everybody just plays safe. These are big plays from Yo turning this game around. Okay, that's 2 castles down for Goku now, inevitably with all these trebuchets on the hill. And that makes 3 forward castles to, I think, none for Goku. He hasn't got one in the back. And he's basically almost off gold at this point. I really want to see if Yo actually sees that stone mining in the top. Yeah, he sees the mining camp, just makes it stable there, 1 or 2 knights. Gonna clean all of that up. And Goku is basically off gold. He's getting Bracer and Arbalest, which isn't going to help him too much when he has no gold, so... It's kind of just so difficult to see how he's going to turn this round with only Britain's trash against Celts. I mean, those like 4 or so crossbows there have been denying this whole wood line for so long as well. But this is the play really from Goku. Is he going to try and pick off some villages and just try and have some presence here so he can carry on mining that gold for a bit? He can't go too far forward because the 2 castles on the hill. But Yo's just going to make another one. Like, this is just so characteristic of Yo, just like using castles maximally to his advantage. elite woe done for Yo as well with +4 armor. Only forging for now, but Iron Castle coming in, and they're just going to clear up those light caps so easily. Longbows on the hill, and obviously going to do pretty good against them, but probably only until the Woad Raiders actually turn their attention to the longbows. They're only standard longbows as well. And that's GG. I have to say that is an astonishing comeback. Absolutely astonishing comeback. Goku had a 20 villager lead as Britons, had double the army. And Yo, with castles, recognising the situation on the map, starving Goku of gold. Just absolutely brilliant, intelligent play. I guess the kind of Goku's slight mistake was that he didn't take enough map control of the golds when he had the army advantage, because he could pretty much roam around the map with 20 crossbowmen and take that control. And I guess he also could have probably done a better job of his economy, because he seemed to just be a little bit behind in economy terms for where you'd expected Britain's player to be at that stage of the game. Collected more resources in the end, but they didn't serve him well. Like, he should have had more resources at an earlier stage, I think. But yeah, brilliant play. Yeah, see, we got some more players, more viewers coming in and asking. Oh yeah, people will probably like me to have the grids off at this point. It's because I play with it and then I forget to switch it off when I'm casting. Yeah, Goku should have had that, I think. And as Human King says, it is all down to strategy. Like, Goku didn't take enough map control and stuff when he had the advantage in terms of army. Didn't take enough gold in particular, and then Yo just saw his way back into the game by taking that map control and relying on castles. I mean, obviously it was Goku's to lose, but you can't take away from Yo what he did, because he could have done something more standard and just tried to make army, and I think he'd have fallen behind, but he chose the right play. But as we keep coming back to, Goku could potentially have shut all that down if he'd taken more map control, or if he'd just been up to Imperial Age earlier, or had a castle of his own to be producing trebuchets at an earlier stage. It's all ifs and buts. I don't think the grid mod's ugly at all. I actually think it's helpful for viewing as well as casting, but it is divisive, I know. But I don't even notice it these days. It's kind of weird to get used to when you start off with, but it's so much better to have when you're playing in particular, because you just leave so many fewer holes in your walls. And you can just see, like, oh, I can put down a 3x3 tile building to fill that gap, etc. And it's easier for the same reason when you're casting as well, because you can see if something's open or not.